Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Drive Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, with you here on demand Tuesday through Saturday. Our goal is to get you 6 picks from 6 cappers. So make sure you guys hit that like, that subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. And hit us up with that thumbs up as well. All right, let's get the show underway. Major League Baseball playoffs begin on Tuesday. So let's bring him in right now. Rod Zawacky to give us a free pick here from one of the games. Rod, what's happening?
Yeah, not too much, Tony. Hey, we're kicking off the MLB playoffs here on a Tuesday, so excited for that. Shout out to the Blue Jays. They get themselves a bye here in the wild card round. They don't have to worry about that. They won the AL East, so hey, shout out to them. Good job. They finally were able to get some hitting down and not leave those guys stranded. So I'm excited for that. City's going nuts in Toronto. So hey, playoffs. It's the only one team we got to represent. Me being up north here, but hey, we're looking at a game from down south. Should be a good one here as well.
That's right.
In this matchup. So hey, it's that time of year. Multiple sports going, Tony. I'm excited for it.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, this one will go noon Eastern over on ABC. Padres at the Cubs. This is a best of 3 miniseries. All games in Chicago. Best of 3 here. We see the Cubs favored here in game number one, $1.16. The total sits here at 7.
Yeah, hey, look at this one. Hey, total is 7. Hey, Padres out on the road with Nick Pivetta on the bump here for this one. And hey, Pivetta had himself a good year. 13-5 on the year with a 2.87 ERA. And hey, in these day games, because this will be a day start, he's actually pitched even better than that. 7-2 with a 2.34 ERA as Pivetta in these day games. So he likes to get out there early. And then on the other side of things, you got Imanaga going as well. Not a bad season for Imanaga, 9-8 with a 3.55 ERA. So I think he has a solid start. He was looking a little rough, I'm going to say, coming into this over the last month of the season. But I think here, another numbers, his best numbers have come in day games, 4-3 with a 3.1 ERA for Imanaga. And I think he has himself a good start. And then these bullpens been dealing. Padres bullpen, you look over the last month, 3.26. They've been real good. Day games, 3.1. You look at the Cubs bullpen, same thing, about a 3.4 ERA over the last month. Solid bullpens here. So it's a playoff game. So this totals at 7. You also look at the hitting on the Padres side of things. Not as big. They're not hitting as well, especially against left-handers. You look at their numbers this season versus left-handed pitching. 36-13 to the under. I'm going to take first to 3 wins this one. Give me the under 7 in this one on Tuesday, Tony.
All right, Ron here on Padres and Cubs under 7. Yeah, Padres have had trouble hitting left-handed starters this year. And even when you look at the the Cubs bullpen, a lot of lefties coming out of that pen.
Yeah, definitely. Lots of left-handed pitchers they can throw at this Padres lineup. Especially in one of these, as you alluded to, it's only a 3-game best of 2. First team to win 2, so I think the Padres are in for a heavy dose of left-handed pitching to kick this one off. So low scoring. Give me the under 7 here in this matchup.
All right, we got Cubs, Padres, under the total of 7. This one will have a start time here of 3 Eastern time over on ABC television. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Trim. Head into a big week of action. Of course, baseball playoffs here on Tuesday begin. Of course, we got as well a good week of NFL college football coming up as well. WNBA playoffs as well. Deciding game 5 as well on Tuesday. You can see Rod doing great work over the last 30 days. 878 units of profit. Document over at Pick Dog Trim. Just click the link in the description. You'll land here. You can verify all those numbers there. Hit the premium tab there. Rod, what you got for sale?
Hey, and for me over at Pick Dogs here on the Tuesday. Hey, it's a smaller slate of games as Tony alluded to, but hey, I've got 3 plays in total. 2 in the MLB, 1 on that WNBA game. So deciding game to see who faces the Mercury in the finals there in that one. So got your winner between the Aces at home there, trying to punch their ticket to the finals. In that matchup. Hey, I got a winner in that one for you, so you can scoop that up over at Pick Dogs Premium. Or it's that time of year. We got multiple sports rolling along. NHL's right around the corner. I got an early season NHL pass up there for you to grab, or jump aboard some 3 days, 7 days, 30 days. NFL's been doing good. College football's been doing good, so definitely check out a long-term pass. 2 for 1, 3 for 1, 4 for 1. Can't go wrong with the multi-capper promotional as well over at Pick Dogs. Check it out. hit the pick promo code as well, and join me. Let's continue to build that bankroll. As you see over the last 30 days, it's that time of year. I love this time of year with multiple sports. It's easy to pick and choose winners from multiple sports. I love this time of year, so jump aboard. Let's continue to build that bankroll together.
That's right. Get on with Rod over at Pick Dog Premium. You see the record from Rod. Long-term passes are your best value there. And, of course, we're going to look at hockey starting in a week. The NBA, well, they just held their media days. So that means we're getting ready here for the NBA in a few weeks away. So not too far away. A little more than 2.5 more weeks in the NBA. Next week with NHL. So here now is when all the sports are overlapping. Keep an eye on that 30-hour sports pass is the way to go with Rod, covering for the most of the World Series there if you get on board. All right, Rod, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Definitely have a good one, everybody. Take care. See you tomorrow.
Rod Zawacky here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the Drive Thru. More Major League Baseball playoff coverage. Let's welcome in Brian Bitler. You'll find him over at Pick Dog Premium, all over the leaderboard with fantastic results from Brian. Brian, what's going on?
I'll tell you one leaderboard I'm not on. That's Major League Baseball, but hopefully I can get on the postseason leaderboard, because I got a pretty good feel of things off of a pretty good weekend. 4-1 Saturday, 3-2 on Sunday. The Raiders cost me a really good day by getting that field goal block. But you know what? That's sports betting, and Tuesday we have a better card than we did on Monday, so at least we can get some free picks out there for some guys to make some money.
Absolutely, got 4 games on slate in the playoffs. So these are best of 3 wild card round here. All games in New York. We start with game 1 here, 6 Eastern time. Red Sox at the Yankees. Yep, that's what we got here in the wild card round. The Yankees will be home for all 3. In game 1, they're favored $1.34. We see the total coming here at 7.
For me, on one of my best free picks on the board on Tuesday in Major League Baseball playoff action, I'm looking at the Boston Red Sox at the New York Yankees. The Yankees did finish out the regular season winning 8 straight games, and I think that's going to get the bandwagon guys fired up and, on this Yankees team in full force, and I think it's going to give us a slightly inflated price. Got great pitchers here going at it in Crochet and Max Fried. Both have been lights out. I think this game's going to go into extra innings. And while I like the Yankees bullpen, I like the Red Sox bullpen even more. And if you're going to give me this kind of plus money, not that it's big plus money, but plus 115 or so on a coin flip game, that I think the Red Sox are just as good as the Yankees. I'm going to take the Boston Red Sox here on the money line. I think they get it done in a late fashion here.
Yeah, looking at Crochet here with the Red Sox against the Yankees. Yankees have had an issue this year against winning teams. They've been piling up against the wins here against some of the losing teams.
Recently the Yankees have beaten the Red Sox. I don't know if it's 2 out of the last 3, but overall, Red Sox have done well in New York, long-term wise as far as the last 10 or so. So I think, they match up well with New York here, especially the bullpens and starting pitchers here. So I like the young mix of the Boston Red Sox.
There we go. Brian here on the Red Sox. Plus 114 here against the Yankees. This one, 6 Eastern time over on ESPN. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Premium here. Heading into a Tuesday card of Major League Baseball playoffs, WNBA. We've got a big week of action here in NFL and college football as well. You can see Brian over the past 12 months, 4,328 units of profit. That's documented over at Pick Dodge Premium. Click the link in the description. You'll land here. You land on the premium page. You'll see Brian's link here up on the top amongst the leaderboards. Here at the leaders there, click this link. You'll land right on Brian's handicapper page. You can see him on top of the 7-day board as well. So when you get to your page, Brian, what will you have for sale?
Well, I'm going to have my titanium best bet most likely in the WNBA here for Tuesday night, and I've been consistently in the profit in the WNBA. Not lightning on fire, but 57% on the year, producing a good number here. My titanium best bet, though, coming into Tuesday night, I'm 9-1-1 over the last 11 or so. So definitely want to get that best bet titanium, just $30 at pickdogs.com. Maybe get yourself a long-term pass. We got NHL just around the corner, and I put it up there for sale. $6.95 will get you every single NHL play I put out right now, back-to-back NHL champion at pickdogs.com as far as units earned. I'm going for the three-peat Michael Jordan style, so make sure you guys check it out over at pickdogs.com.
That's right. Get on board with Brian over at Pick Dogs Premium Play. Click the link in the description. Get on over. Remember the promo code PICK. We'll save you that 15% off. Long-term subscriptions is the way to go. All right, Brian, as always, great having you show. Make it a winning one, and we'll catch up with you later.
I appreciate you having me, Tony. Always good hanging out, and I'll catch you later.
Brian Bitler here on the Drive Thru. All right, let's continue on the Drive Thru. We got NBA coming up here with Kirk. You'll find over at Pick Dog Crib. Of course, we're starting to see the media days for the NBA, so that means this season is not too far away. We'll bring him in right now. Kirk, what's happening?
Not much. It's almost October, so it's almost time for the season.
Yep, almost time for the season. Media days, we're starting to see players come in, and of course, preseason not too far away, and it's a little more than 3 weeks away from the start of the regular season. We're going to go into the future market here with the player prop here. You're going to be looking here at Bradley Beal.
Yeah, it's funny to think of this guy as a sixth man, but on the Clippers now, he's gonna have a whole different role here. You have Chris Paul, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Brook Lopez, John Collins, probably the starting five. And if this team wants to go deep, they're gonna have to keep their star players healthy this season, which is Kawhi and Harden. And Bradley Beal is gonna have a big role off the bench. Clippers got rid of some other guys such as Terrence Mann in the offseason. Amir Coffey's gone as well, some contributors who played well for them in the past couple of seasons. So I'm going to take my shot here at Bradley Beal to win Sixth Man of the Year. I mean, of any sixth man in the NBA, he probably is the most talented one. I mean, he was a 30-point per game scorer 3-4 years ago, and Sixth Man of the Year is basically all scoring. Whoever can score the most, I feel like, wins that award. You have a couple other guys. I'm not too really worried about DeAndre Hunter. Ty Jerome's off that team now. He's going to be on Memphis, who's also one of the front runners. And then you have Naz Reid and Reed Shepherd. Jordan Clarkson's the only other one I'm kind of worried about now that the Knicks have him off the bench. He's a guy that can get buckets as well. But I think Beal still has a lot to prove after a bad stint with the Suns. So I think he can rebound in this spot, good environment in LA, and he's going to come off the bench to score. That's really his role for this team. So Bradley Beal, Sixth Man of the Year.
There we go from Kirk, Bradley Beal here, Sixth Man of the Year. Well, we've seen someone off the bench for the Clippers get a lot of opportunities to score and back in his role when the Clippers are dealing with the injuries with Kawhi, and that is Norman Powell, right? Norman Powell is someone we saw coming off the bench, contributed with points. So coming off the bench with the Clippers, you're going to get a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know what the exact criteria is for games off the bench you need to come or games started, because if Kawhi goes out and Beal starts 20-25, I don't know if he's eligible for this award. So kind of depends a little bit on Kawhi's health, but hopefully, fingers crossed, he can stay healthy so Beal can come off the bench for this to happen.
Yeah, I think that's what they're looking for. Of course, one big player off the bench is going to go into a starting role, and we saw that a bit last year, was Malik Monk, because he was the one getting this award, but now he's been pretty much promoted to starting.
Yeah, no, exactly. So that's why it's always tough with an award like this. But as I was looking through the markets, I wanted to do a nice little, I guess it's not really a long shot because he's fourth or fifth favored, but to choose one guy. Sixth Man of the Year, there's so many unknowns. As you said, someone gets hurt, he's a starter, he's ineligible, or he plays better than the starter. Maybe, I don't know, Chris Paul comes off the bench, they move Harden to the point. So there's really a lot in this. I mean, I think value-wise, he's probably the best player of the six-man core group, so that's why I like to look at him here.
Yeah, and I don't think you really want to move I think if you're the Clippers, you want to keep him as a sixth man. Might bring Paul in that role because you definitely need scoring off the bench, and that's why I think Beal is kind of safe in that material. If there is an injury, I could just see them keeping him in that six man in that spot, especially with Harden and everybody else.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's why the Clippers got him. They don't want him to start. They need that guy. Like they had Lou Williams for 10 years almost. Won Sixth Man of the Year 2-3 times. They had Jamal Crawford off the bench. They need a guy who embraces that role, and I think Beal's ready for that in this point of his career.
No doubt about that. All right, Kirk here on Bradley Beal, Sixth Man of the Award at plus 1,400. NBA season about three plus weeks away. All right, Kirk, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for him heading into a Tuesday card here with the MLB playoffs, WNBA. Of course, we're looking into action here from NFL and college football later in the week. Of course, we got European soccer in full swing as well. What do you have for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, hopefully next week I won't be saying this again, but second bad NFL Sunday. So looking to bounce back this week. We got Champions League starting Tuesday, big NFL slate, MLB playoffs, WNBA finals, even preseason starts on the 5th. So if you want that weekly pass, you'll even get some NBA preseason from me. So tons of different sports and looking to start October hot.
Yeah, I'll hop with Kirk Stuart over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the long-term subscription, the way to go, especially with all these sports overlapping, and you also get Kirk's European soccer as well. So get on board. Promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. So get on board. All right, Kirk, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great week. We'll catch up with you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you. Have a good one.
Kirk Stuart here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the Drive Thru. We got a deciding Game 5 from the WNBA playoffs. Let's bring him in to cover it. Joey Tron, find him over at Pick Dogs. Joey, what's going on?
What's going on, Tony? How you doing today?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Excitement here in the WNBA. I know out in Indiana there, the Fever will be on the road here to face the Aces, deciding Game 5. The winner to play the Mercury in the final. We see the Aces here laying 7.5 here in the decider. The total sits here at 157.5.
Yeah, it's no surprise here that I will be taking the points here with the Fever, but outside of being a little bit of a homer play, there's good reasons here to take the Fever. Aces had their 17-game win streak snapped by Seattle, and since then they're just 3-3 straight up. And I just think laying 7.5 points here in a decisive Game 5, I guess you can look at it as well as a decisive Game 7 because this is a winner-takes-all. I just think it's way too many points to be laying here. Fever out-rebounding the Aces so far, which I think is a huge factor in what's forced a Game 5 here. Not only that, the Aces have had double-digit turnovers in 6 straight, and doing that again here would definitely be costly, especially if the Fever are making their shots, which we've seen them able to do the last 2 games back-to-back. Fever, they're 14-6 against the spread on the road after playing the game at home, and the Aces are just 1-4 against the spread, revenging a loss versus an opponent as a road favorite, now playing that next game at home. So with that said, I really think the Fever can cover the spread and even, honestly, outright win here as well. So with that, give me the Fever plus the 7.5 points.
Fever plus the 7.5. Really, how are they doing this with the injuries? Cullen Clark, and of course, another key player out as well.
Honestly, it's just people are stepping up at the right time. These people you just haven't heard of, they're able to get 15, 16 points. And if their defense is stepping up, that's really all you need is one player to contribute just a couple points, and you'll be able to get the win.
There we go. We got Joe here on the Fever plus 7.5. This one will have a start time here of 9:30 Eastern time over on ESPN2. All right, Joey, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Premier for this Tuesday. Of course, we got the Major League Baseball playoffs starting on Tuesday, WNBA final, semis here as well. And, of course, looking at a big week of football, what we have for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium.
Yeah, I had to slip up on NFL Sunday, but in the college football, I'm hot right now. I'm 7-4 my last 11 on the college gridiron, going 4-1 my last 5 totals. So I'm definitely going to have a few totals this weekend in addition to hitting the professional gridiron and getting some back. But like you said, big week of sports coming up, and if you use the code PICK, you'll get 15% off any of my single-day plays.
That's right. Get on with Joey Tron over at Pick Dogs Premium. Link in the description will get you over to the premium page, and you'll find them amongst the cappers there. So get on board, and of course, long-term service is the way to go with all these sports overlapping. All right, Joey, as always, great having you show. Make it a winning day. We'll catch up with you soon.
Have a good one, Tony. Thank you for having me.
Joey Tron here on the Drive Thru. And now it's time for my pick. Major League Baseball playoffs, the early game between the Tigers and the Guardians. We see the Tigers here open up on the road. Road favorites, $1.64, total 6.5. Our pick will be here on the Guardians, the home dog here at plus 138. Got a pretty good pitching matchup here. Tarek Skubal for Detroit. Gavin Williams here for Cleveland. Of course, Detroit here against the division on the road this year, hitting just .217. But you look at Williams over his past 5 starts, ERA of 1.74. We know Skubal's put together a great year, but Williams' numbers are impressive. But here we go. Cleveland bullpen, past 29 games, ERA 2.70. You look at the Tigers over their past 26 and ERA over 4.5. And Cleveland, well, they've been the hot team coming in here. They've won 20 of 27, returning 15.2 units. The Tigers, 5-7 in their past 12 on the road, losing 2.2 units. We will take here the Cleveland Guardians at plus the 138. All right, check out Pick Dogs Premium for me. I've got a best bet on the board right now for Major League Baseball. Having a great year in baseball. Number 3 unit producer over at Pick Dogs, documented on the site. Also in the green in college football and NFL. Come off a best bet winner here yesterday. As a matter of fact, here coming in here with the over in the Dolphins and the Jets. Guys, click the link in the description and land here on Pick Dogs Premium. Click the link. You'll find my link there on the leaderboard, and you'll land right here on my page. You can see the performance that I'm putting together here over at Pick Dogs Premium. Last 24 months, 30 days, 90 days, 30 days, 7 days yesterday. You may consider my long-term subscription. I have a best bet here for Tuesday up on the board right now, so get on board with me. Or better yet, why don't you get on board with one of my long-term subscriptions? You can see I've got a lot of long-term subscriptions up there for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium. So get on board with me. Remember, the 30-day pass will get you all of my plays up until, well, that would be like, right end of October there. So you got the World Series covered, Major League Baseball, as we talked about NFL, college football, and of course the start of the NBA. So get on board with me over at Pick Dogs Premium. Long-term subscriptions now with all the sports overlapping. That's going to do it for today. Remember, we're on demand Tuesday through Saturday here on the Drive Thru. Hit like and subscribe and give us that like, that thumbs up. It's always appreciated. I'm Tony T. We'll talk to you guys later.